Today the purpose value statement is going to be jibe ho. Something you shout out when you're jibing to let the other boats around you know that you're changing course. A jibe is a way of changing position, sailing downwind. A controlled drive is when the boat heads away from the wind, with the wind crossing from one corner of the stern to the other. At the same time, the boom changes sides of the boat, from one section of the stern to the other. The helmsman, or the skipper, then pulls in the main sheet before the jibe and lets it out right after, in order to maintain a safe boat. If you did not do this, the boat could rock back and forth too violently with the pressure of the boom swinging so wildly. The tiller only needs to be turned just a little in order to have a nice jibe. You can also use body weight mostly for this, because you're going downwind and the boat is very easy to rock. An accidental jibe is if you sail on a run, the wind can catch the back of the sail or the leeward of the sail and cause it to switch sides without you being prepared. This could cause you to capsize, which can be known as a death roll, but is also known as capsizing to windward. As you see here, it shows the wind coming down with this pointing towards the sail, and this boat is heading this way with the wind. Preparation for your jibe. Preparation. First, you, the skipper, want to check your surroundings. You can also have your crew join with you. You also want to check the wind directions. You can use your telltales on the sail, which can mostly be located on the jib. Choose the direction you want to go. Make sure you know where you're going to head right after so that you can properly trim and go right along. And lastly, and most important, check with your crew. Are you ready to jibe? You can ask them that. The crew, in preparation, holds both jib sheets in each hand. Make sure you respond to the skipper with ready or ready to jibe. In order to turn the boat, the skipper will yell jibe ho, or whatever else you want to let the boats around you know that you're jibing. The skipper will also trim in the mainsail so that it's near the center of your boat, and the boom will swing over the cockpit nicely. The crew, stay low and trim the jib. For the boom swinging over the boat, the skipper wants to stay low also, and you want to change sides. And make sure you have very good balance when doing this, because when the boom swings over, it can cause the boat to rock quite violently. Center the tiller as soon as the boom crosses the boat, and ease the mainsail quickly. Crew, duck. You definitely want to duck because, unlike the skipper, you don't really know when the boom's going to come except for the skipper yelling jibe ho. And stay balanced, you yourself, and make sure you keep the boat balanced, especially on a heavy wind day, because if it's very heavy and you're jibing, that can be an easy time for the boat to flip. Lastly, after you've completed all 3 of these steps, you're going to steer your new course. Skipper, check wind direction for proper sail trim of this new course. Who knows, it could have changed and you might need to jibe back. Crew, check sail for proper jib trim. Also, make sure you help out the skipper by checking their mainsail. And if it's not trimmed well, make sure you let them know. And lastly, most importantly for skippers, the skipper hand exchange. Step 1. Flip tiller extension towards the leeward side of the boat. Pull tiller away from boom, or towards you, and move across the boat and trim the sail as soon as that's all done. Second step, duck. Face forward. Feet on either side of the cockpit and balance yourself. Steer behind your back. Step 2. Take the main sheet in forward hand as you sit down on new windward side. Bring the sheet in your leading aft hand and make sure you have the tiller or tiller extension in the next one. And then lean forward. Okay, now we're going to have someone demonstrate how to do the skipper hand exchange. Our student here is going to help me demonstrate it. Okay, she's going to take the tiller in her hand, and she's going to have the main sheet in the other hand. So make sure you grab the main sheet, and as she's going, she's going to trim in the mainsail first, and then make sure you pull this towards you. So she's going to pull it towards her, she's going to get up and pass them behind her back. Then she's going to sit down and make sure she lets out the sail. Then she's going to center the tiller if it's not already. Perfect. We're going to have her do that one more time. Okay, so if you want to sit right back here, and we'll try again. We're going to go for the same jibe. So once again, she's going to pull in the mainsail. Now, you're going to pass it behind your back. Sit down, let out the sail, and center the tiller. Perfect. Thank you. And to go over what we've learned today, the steps are: 1, check with your skipper and crew and check the direction of the wind. Also, you want to make sure that there are no boats around you for safety. Step 2, make sure your skipper is ready. And make sure the crew's both ready so that they're working in sync. And step 3, make sure you perform the skipper-hand exchange and that you are doing well, especially the crew, because that's most important to balance the boat. And then once you've done all the steps, make sure that you're going in the right direction and there are no boats that you could hit and sail your course. Thank you.